Hey guys, happy Monday. So, doing videos like this is something that I have been wanting to do for a while now, and something that I really want to invest in and make quality ones. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm using my phone right now, but I'd love to learn more over this next year or so about videography, and I've gotten so into photography, and it's kind of funny that that's like my new medium. Growing up, I was always doing art through painting and sketching and decoupage, like that kind of stuff, and now it's kind of more styling and photography is my thing. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you today about some of the blog posts that are up this week. I've been trying really hard. Last week I kind of took off because I got back from Florida and just needed a break and hadn't really scheduled anything. But this week there's a lot coming at you. Yesterday's post was about not worrying, and I'll cover that later today, but I wanted to talk to y'all right now about today's blog post, which is the value of a to-do list and maintaining one. Whenever my family or friends is feeling overwhelmed, the first thing that I tell them to do is take a few deep breaths and write a to-do list. There's so much value in that. And I know it sounds so simple and like almost elementary, like, oh, write it out, write your to-do list, write how you're feeling, but there's a lot to it. We have so much that keeps us up at night. It's in our head and it's on our phone, and getting that all down, like the people you need to call, the emails you need to send, projects that have a deadline and what you need to do to get them done, all that is, it affects us. And just doing a brain dump, as Jenna Kutcher says, and just getting it all down on paper is so beneficial. And it can be scary at first when you're done and you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. But there's a lot of peace in that too, because now all that stuff that was in your head and was on your phone is now in one place, and you can divide and conquer. You can tackle it. Making a to-do list is not something that I think comes naturally to people, even us who I think are more organized than others. I think there's a lot of pride in it, and it took me a while. Like, I'm raising my hand, I'm not judging, but it took me a while to kind of see the value of a to-do list for a while, and I still do it now. I catch myself that I would write stuff on Post-its, or it would kind of be all over the place. But especially after college, actually, during high school, school growing up, I was super good about my agenda. I was on it and I used it. But then after that in college, I didn't have that much going on. Not like before, there were deadlines and all this stuff. It was just kind of I had work and a few social engagements, but I could kind of remember it. But when I was working at Sisters Unique, a year or so ago, my boss, Amy, invested in her employees and in me and got us a Franklin Covey planner. And I'd never heard of it before, but I really liked it. It's not everyone's planner. There's so many planners out there, so you can find one that works for you, but I really liked it. I talk about it in today's blog post, just a little bit about it because there's a lot more, but how you can apply some of the principles that I learned from using it to any planner and to-do list. And something that I feel I have found that works well for me and that works well for others is when writing your to-do list after you do your brain dump and getting everything out, is categorizing things, by, daily, weekly, quarterly, and annually. And that can sound like a lot. You're like, oh my gosh, Anna, how am I going to have the time to do that? But I would just encourage you, you don't have to do it all in one day, but just have those outlines, because I can't begin to tell y'all how helpful it is. That's something that I do for my blog posts now. Something that I started this past summer is I made an Excel spreadsheet, and I wrote out, all the blog posts that I want to write from now till next year. And I know each month, what I need to be working on to write, what I'm going to be posting. And it's so great to know that, and to have, I mean, it's accountability with yourself, but to have that system set in place. And yeah, that's today's blog post, and you can read more about it on the blog, more about the Franklin Covey, and just maintaining a system that works for you. But I really do believe that making a to-do list is, it's a way of making room for peace in your life. So I hope you enjoy today's blog post. I hope you enjoy this video. There'll be a lot more coming.